I welcome you to this session of ISO 9001 2015, and today we are going to talk about clause number 8.5.2, identification and traceability. So first of all, as usual, I will read out the requirement to you as given in the standard. Clause 8.5.2, identification and traceability. The organization shall use suitable means to identify outputs when it is necessary to ensure the conformity of products and services. The organization shall identify the status of outputs with respect to monitoring and measurement requirements throughout the production and service provision. And last para, the organization shall control the unique identification of outputs when traceability is a requirement and shall retain the documented information necessary to enable traceability. This is all in this clause. This is a very small clause. So let us discuss it in more detail now. See, the clause is pertaining to identification and traceability. Identification, we all understand that the product has to be properly identified. That means it should have a proper tagging system or punching system, or in whatever manner we want to put the information on the product. So the product has got to be identified, and the traceability means that starting from the material till the end product, we should, if the end product fails at any time, we should be able to trace back what was the originally the material used for that particular component. So we should have a chain of interrelated, activities where traceability is recorded and maintained. That means at every stage there is transfer of identification from one stage to the other till the end product. So the end product has the original identification as available on the raw material. Suppose we are manufacturing some component from a particular steel, alloy steel, then what is that particular alloy steel that originally the bar or whatever is the form of that material, the that particular property is punched on that material, or there's a tag on that material, and when it is used, it comes to the machine and goes from one process to the other. Every time when the process changes, the new identification tag is made and put on the new product, so that the traceability remains available. That means what was the original material, and then in process, various processes, the identification is maintained, and in the final product also, the identification of material of out of which the final product is made is available. So that is traceability. We should be able to trace back what was the original material, so that the material, in case it is necessary, we can investigate what was wrong with that, and maybe change the source of that material. So traceability is very important from this angle. Okay, so let us discuss the requirement. The organization shall use suitable means to identify outputs when it is necessary to ensure the conformity of products and services. So the output at every stage will be suitably identified with identified identification tags or punching the identification on the product itself. The organization shall identify the status of outputs with respect to monitoring and measurement requirement throughout production and service provision. When we carry out an inspection, either the product is acceptable or it is not acceptable. Whatever is the case, a tag should be made and put on that product after inspection, so that we are clear whether that particular product has to go further into the process or it is to be stopped there because it has failed in meeting the requirement. So, if the product has not passed, if it has been rejected, then the rejection tag should be available on that product so that it is not taken further into the process. And we have to be very vigilant on this. And this is very, very important aspect which can reduce our non-conformances in future. So the organization has to identify the status of output with respect to monitoring and measurement requirements throughout the production and service provision. This has to be done all through the process, right starting from the raw material stage till the finished product stage. At all stages, the identification has to be carried out in a proper manner. And if finally the product is stored, then in the storage also, the product, that the identification tag should be available with every item that goes to the stores. And the organization shall control the unique identification of outputs when traceability is a requirement, and shall retain the documented information necessary to enable traceability. So, we have already discussed traceability in the previous video, and this is a requirement that all the organization shall control the unique identification of the product when traceability is a requirement, and also retain the documented information necessary to enable traceability. So all that requirement has got to be available. That record must be available so that we are able to trace back the product to its original material. So that in case the original material has got to be changed to safeguard the subsequent production and to avoid any non-conformances in future, that information should be available. So this is all about identification and traceability, and I hope you have been able to understand it. And if there is any problem or difficulty in understanding the requirement, please give your comment below this video and I'll make it clear to you. And please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, and also press the bell icon so that as and when I load the videos, the video will reach you without any delay. And also, if you are liking my videos, please give me a like, give me a thumbs up, and also share my videos with your friends and colleagues. I'll feel very happy if you do so. And thank you very much for watching my video, and bye bye. See you.